Wild Kitty appeared, and today for you, I'm talking Voltron and Pokemon. I know, a channel whose name has something to do with Pokemon is finally making a video about it. It's been like 10 months since my last Pokemon related video. Whoopsies! Anyways, but yes, it is also a video about Voltron, which I do countless videos on that at this point I might as well be a Voltron channel. But anyways, so yeah, the other day I was going through YouTube, as you do, and saw a video called What If Avatar The Last Airbender Characters Were Pokemon Trainers by Super Nerd Daniel. After watching the video, I thought this could be a fun idea to bring Pokemon back to my channel. So I thought, what other fandoms of mine could I talk about having Pokemon? Then my brain was like, didn't one of the head writers of Voltron also work on Avatar The Last Airbender and use the same animation style? We have a winner! Okay, to be honest, even if he didn't work on it, I probably still would make this video. Like, who am I kidding? I'm Voltron trash and I'm Pokemon trash, so of course this was going to happen either way. So for this video, I'm going to be talking about what Pokemon I think they would have, and also I'll be talking about what roles they would have in the Pokemon universe, like would they be trainers, gym leaders, etc. So in this video, I'm only going to be talking about the 5 main paladins, so no Allura or Karan, or any of the Galar Empire, or any of that. But if you guys like this video, then I might do a part 2. And maybe do more videos like this in the future with other fandoms that I like. Anyways, on with the video. By the way, to talk about why I chose the Pokemon for them, I do need to go into some spoilers of Voltron Legendary Defender. So if you're not updated with the show, so I wouldn't watch this video until, well, at the time of this recording, you have to at least finish Season 4. Cause I'm about to spoil a lot of things. Anywho, so let's start this video with my favorite character, Pidge. So what have I picked for her typing when it comes to her main Pokemon? I have chosen grass and electric types for her, as she is known as the guardian spirit of the forest, and she is the team tech person, so it makes sense. So here are our Pokemon. I would want to give her Leafeon and Jolteon, because I could possibly see her with more than one EV evolution. Then she would have a Rowlet, because her favorite animal is an owl, and I could see Rowlet sitting on Pidge's shoulder when walking around or when she's just chilling on her laptop. Next up is Magnemite, because it reminds me of Rover, so I think she would have something like that. And now, memories are coming back of poor Rover. Your sacrifice will never be forgotten. In the arms of the angel, fly away from here. Next up is Rotom. As Pidge is a hacker, so it makes sense that she would have a Pokemon that could help her hack into things easy. Now last but not least, this Pokemon is not a grass or electric type, but I had to put this Pokemon on her team. Now, in Voltron Legendary Defender, Pidge is a nickname that her brother gave to her, and she kinda just stuck with it. But the question is, how did we get from Katie to Pidge? Well, I think you guys can kind of figure where I'm going with this, but yes, I'm giving Pidge a Pidgey, because in this universe, Pidgey was the first Pokemon Pidge caught, and now Matt calls his sister Pidge. So there you go. Okay, so what would Pidge be doing in this universe? I could honestly see Pidge being a Pokemon researcher, and then later on in her life she would become a Pokemon professor. I can see her being very curious about Pokemon, how they evolve, how Mega Evolution is a thing, and just many other things that we don't know about Pokemon, and she will discover them. Next up is Lance. So, Lance's Pokemon types I got for him are Water and Ice, because he's the guardian spirit of water, and his main attacks while he was in the Blue Lion was using ice. Now, I know before anyone says anything, yes, he is no longer piloting the Blue Lion, but when I think about Lance and it comes to like elemental stuff, water and ice are usually what comes to mind, so I'm sticking with it. Anyways, here's what Pokemon I think Lance would have on his team. Let's start off with two evolutions, which are Vaporeon and Glaceon. Now, before anybody comments, no, I'm not giving Lance Glaceon because Glaceon's my mascot. I just couldn't decide which one to give him, because I've seen fan art with him with Vaporeon, and I've seen others with Glaceon, so it was hard to pick. But yeah, I'm giving him two evolutions, like I did with Pidge. Next up is Ninetales from the Alola region, and I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this right, but I'm going to try, is Primaree. I will explain why I chose those two for Lance, but I'll explain it when I talk about what he does in this universe. Anyways, next is Sharpedo, because the boy loves his sharks. Last but not least is Blastoise, because Lance is a sharpshooter, so of course one of his Pokemon will have to be it as well. Okay, so what would Lance be doing? I think he'd start off being a Pokemon trainer, being the best like no one ever was. Sorry, I had to. And I'm sure that he would see Keith as a rival as well. Along the way, Lance will learn about Pokemon contests and really like the idea of being a Pokemon coordinator, because he likes putting on a show, and I'm sure he would love to show really beautiful moves to make the crowd go wild. So that's where Ninetales and Primaree come in, because I think Pokemon like them would be great for Pokemon contests, and I think Lance could think that as well. Now, on to Keith. His types for his Pokemon would be Fire and Fighting types. Again, being Guardian, Spirit of Fire, and the boy does like to fight a lot, so makes sense. So first off, we would have Flareon, because pretty much by this point everyone's getting an evolution, because why not? And if there was a fighting type evolution, Keith would get that one too. Next up is Blaziken. I don't know why, I could just easily see Keith with a Blaziken, it just fits. Next up is Galaday. Again, I cannot pronounce some of these names, but again, picture will be shown here. Because if you look at the Pokemon's entry, it is known as the Blade Pokemon. Need I say more? Okay, next up is Hippopondo, because the boy loves his hippos, and I know it's not a fire or fighting type, but I couldn't help it, okay? I had to. Next up is Pyroar, because it reminds me of the Red Lion. Last but not least is Litten. Now, ever since getting into Voltron, every time I see a Litten, I just think of Keith. I mean, in my Pokemon Ultra Moon game, I picked Litten and called him Keith. Yeah, I know, I'm Voltron trash, and I'm way too deep in Voltron hell, so no point trying to hide it. Like I've even tried to hide it at any point, but anywho, let's talk about what I think Keith would be doing in the Pokemon universe. I think he could be a Pokemon trainer, trying to get badges and trying to get stronger every day, and I could probably see Keith becoming a champion. Next up is Space Dad Shiro. His Pokemon types would be Dark and Steel. Now I know Shiro is known as the Guardian Spirit of the Sky, which would make you think I'd give him flying types, but I can't picture him with flying types. I don't know why, I just can't see it. And Steel because of obvious reasons. First up is Umbreon, because everybody getting an evolution. Next is Garon, Absol, Purrloin, because he's a cat kind of guy, Metagross, and Lucario. I don't have a planned out reason why, I just think this would be the team Shiro would pick. Now, what would Shiro be doing? I think he would either be a gym leader or at least a part of the Elite Four. He's a strong character. Also, he's 25 years old, so I don't think he'd still be a trainer at this point. He had probably spent years getting stronger, and his talents wouldn't have gone unrecognized, so he could either be a gym leader or the Elite Four. But what do you guys think? Is Shiro more of a gym leader or Elite Four? Tell me down below in the comments. Anyways, on to the next person. Last but not least is Hunk. His types would be a rock and ground Pokemon. So I have given pretty much everyone an evolution, and I would love to give one to Hunk, but there's no rock or ground evolutions, so I'm gonna give him an Eevee. So it could be that his Eevee doesn't want to evolve, so Hunk respects Eevee's wishes because Hunk is just a really sweet guy that way. Okay, next Pokemon is Terracon. I think I pronounced that right, but I probably haven't. But anyways, yes. When I saw this Pokemon, I thought of Hunk right away, as Hunk is basically the tank of the team. It's same for his lion, so it makes sense that some of his Pokemons would be tanks as well. He'd also have an Onix and a Dumbfan for that reason as well. I could also see him having a Geodude. Last but not least, he would have a Rockruff, as again, Hunk likes dogs. I could totally see this Pokemon being like his partner Pokemon that follows Hunk around everywhere. Okay, so what would Hunk be doing? Well, I could honestly see him helping out Paige as a Pokemon researcher, but on the side, I could also see him being a great cook for both humans and Pokemon alike. All I could say, his Pokemon are really lucky Pokemon. So, what do you guys think? Do you agree with me, or do you think there are other Pokemon that they would suit better? Also, do you agree with me when it comes to what they'd be doing in this Pokemon AU, I guess you could call it? Tell me down below in the comments what your thoughts are. And do you want a part 2 of this where I talk about the other characters as well? Maybe there's another fandom that you want me to cross over with Pokemon. Just tell me down below in the comments. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe for more geeky themed videos, and until we meet again, goodbye!